Hello, hello. Alright, now that I know that you can hear me. Sorry for running a little bit late there. I had a little bit of a technical issue. I'm hoping that I'm coming through on all mediums. It says I am. So let's see here. All right. Yeah, you guys are. This is for those of you who don't know. I'm gonna have my daughter on here, but this is a test show, and we're working with new software, different software, um, and a little bit is me trying to figure it out. So give me a minute here, and I will hopefully get us all together and be able to run things through all apparatus. And if not, then if I can't get the camera going, we'll just go ahead and do it with the audio. So, all right, guys, we'll be back in a minute. Can you guys hear me? Wanting to know how well my audio is coming through. Okay, she says, I hear and see nothing. So, what I might do is, it's right, it may not come through the activist liaison network. It may just be on our Google Hangout.
Share the YouTube link.
Let me find my link for that.
All right. You want me to send it to you on Facebook?
Okay, so I'm sending out the YouTube link for the show. And I apologize. Once I get everybody moved and over there. Are you on? Hey, Chris, are you on? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Are you on Activist Liaison Network?
Yes, I am.
All right, can you put that YouTube link in the chat?
Yes, I can. Give me one moment and I can fix it.
All right, so
All right.
okay.
All right, have them refresh their. I'm telling them to refresh their page.
What if they're on Activist Liaison?
Yep.
Okay, if you're on activistliaisonnetwork.com, you can refresh the page and see if I'm coming through on the audio there. We've been working on it. So we've got it coming through on the YouTube link pretty well, I think. So, yeah, there we go. So cool. We'll get everybody switched over. And as soon as we're done with that, we'll get started. And I'll bring Munchkin Face in here and we'll get going. All right, so it looks like the audio is coming through, possibly on Activist Liaison Network. I'm not sure. So, man, I've got a ton of different links up right now. Yeah, tons of stuff up right now. It's just clicking and bopping and all kinds of things. Okay. Okay. This is why I like having test shows.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. That was my bad.
Okay, now you can hear me on both apparati, I believe.
Yes.
So thank you, Christine.
No problem.
Sterling Archer says hello, by the way.
Hi, Sterling.
And I think Todd Prince did as well. So
hi, guys.
yeah, everyone saying hello. Yeah, cool. So we'll give it a couple of minutes, and then I'll get the camera going, and you'll be able to see me on Activist Liaison Network and hear me there as well, I believe. So, cool. We should be here. We'll be back here in a minute. I know right now it'll be dead air. I apologize. I will figure that out too. But yeah, we'll be back here in a minute. All right. I got things resituated here. Let me roll over to the control panel. Dink, dink, dink. Ha ha. There I am. All right, and there's Christine behind me. All right, cool. So, before I call her in here, we had yesterday where the school asked on a piece of paper a whole bunch of intrusive questions about people in Reese's life doing drugs, and does she do drugs? Mind you, she just turned 12. And those are conversations reserved for the family. Those are conversations that are private and belong appropriately taking place at home, around people she knows she can trust and loves. Now we're going to get back into trust concerning the school and my daughter, and how they've broken that trust with her all by themselves, and why, she may have a reason or two to feel reserved. Also, last week, the principal over the announcement PA made an announcement about using cell phones in the bathroom to call your parents. So we'll talk to her about that, and then I'll probably have her get ready for bed, and I want to see what you guys think and feel about it, because I have my opinions on it and how I feel about it, how it makes me feel as a father, how it makes me feel as a citizen of our country, and what it's got me thinking. So, all right, I'm ready to do this. I appreciate everybody joining, man. I appreciate everybody getting here. I'll wait a little bit longer. I'll give you guys a few more minutes. We've got a lot of people that have been asking me, hey, are you coming back? Are you doing the show? What's going on? Man, I appreciate all of you. Thank you. MJ is one of them. And what's going on behind me there? I can see you.
Sterling, I am so sorry. Like, I had a dumb moment. Keep on going. Keep on rolling.
Okay.
I'm out.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Okay. She just excluded herself.
Yes, I'm out. Have a great night, guys.
You got cords hanging there.
I know. It's
Okay.
my headphones for the moment.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, I don't even know what I was saying. Oh, a lot of folks were asking, are you doing the show, this, that, and the other? Yeah, absolutely. We want to make it better, though. And YouTube is accessible to everybody. Everybody was complaining about live stream and Ustream, and I don't blame you, because no one, half of the people can't access it. So this is why we're on YouTube and linking it over to the website, to the .com. So, all right, cool.
Am I allowed to hover over you for a little bit?
You want to hover?
I'm hovering.
Yeah.
See, I'm going to hover over.
She's a hoverer. She's a helicopter girlfriend.
I am a helicopter girlfriend.
No, don't do that. You're going to get hurt.
Yeah. See, I'm a helicopter wife, parent, mom, girlfriend, you name it.
That's what it is.
I'm protective.
It's because I'm so fragile.
Yeah, right. That's funny.
I was the boy in the bubble.
Hey, MJ. I just saw your message. Mwah.
Yeah, people were asking about your health and everything, and
So Monday I have my appointment.
yeah, Monday is her appointment, so she'll be heading out there Monday, like midday-ish.
Yes,
and
2 weeks, no spells.
yeah, and in 2 weeks there hasn't been an episode of her feeling like she was going to pass out or anything. So I told her we were being attacked. Somebody tried to kill us.
And we're glad to be back too, MJ.
Yeah, we are happy to be back, man. And as you guys know, it's a family affair. So we're going to get Munchkin in here in a minute.
Yay.
You'll have to trade her places, though.
That's fine.
Okay.
Is she
You want to grab her?
Yeah.
Bring her in? Cool. All right. We're going to bring her in.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Let me introduce to you Reese.
Your chair, baby. Grab your chair.
Oh, I'll get it for her. You come in. Or she can get it.
Yeah, she'll get it.
That's all right. I'm an old lady. She can do it.
Yeah. This is our daughter Reese. She just turned 12 and is has her own YouTube stream for gaming. Rebecca Games.
Why does it have to be so loud?
We're loud. We're loud people, baby.
Yeah, it's not. Okay, no, it's not. We're good.
All
It tried
right.
to be stuck.
Have a seat. All right. Say hello to everybody.
Hello, people.
Here, let me move it. There we go.
No.
All right. Can you see yourself there?
Yeah.
All right. It's nice and centered-ish. So,
Ish.
yeah.
Reese's debut.
All right. So, yeah, everybody's kind of excited. We have parents that are listening right now because this concerns all of us. And, if something's going on like this in your school, chances are it's not just your school. This is happening in other schools, and it affects other families as well. And I want to talk about two things. The first thing I want to talk about is the piece of paper that you got that was asking you questions about drugs and marijuana and tobacco and stuff. First of all, they told you that you didn't have to put your name on it, right?
Yeah, it was there was no place to put it anyways. It was just a anonymous kind of thing, just like no one knows who did it.
Okay.
How?
And what grade are you in?
6th.
You're in the 6th grade. And in all of the years that you've gone to school, about how many times have you been given a paper that they say don't put your name on it or it's anonymous? How many times does that happen?
4 or 5 times, maybe less.
4 or 5 times, or maybe less. And so did you think that's kind of weird to get a paper like that?
Yeah, it happens occasionally, so you kind of get used to it after like the second time.
Okay.
Like,
Has
that's
it
gonna come
happened-
occasionally.
Has it been more recent since you've gotten into like 6th grade and 5th grade and stuff like that?
2nd grade was probably the first one that I can remember.
Okay.
Which was when I got into Pataskala. It was like somewhere around then that we took a little test about like, I don't know, I think it was bullying or something like that.
Okay.
So
I know they haven't given you a lot. I know that there hasn't been many papers like this.
I think there was another in 3rd and 4th, and then kind of stopped it in 6th.
What were some of the questions on this one?
Do you do marijuana? Do you do unprescripted medicines? Do your friends do this? If you do marijuana or whatever, when do you do it? After school, before school, at school? Have you ever brought a weapon to school? Have you ever been armed at school? All kinds of stuff, like including weapons and drugs.
And did they ask about your friends and your family in any of this?
Yeah, they asked, what do your parents think of this, or your family members? What do you think your friends would say if they thought you were doing something? All kinds of stuff.
Did they ask you, do you have friends that do drugs?
Not specifically.
Okay. Did they ask you if you have family members that do drugs?
Let me think for a second. No, I think it was just mainly about you and if you do it.
Like they were asking you. Okay. And did they ask if how like your family would feel if you did drugs, stuff like that?
And friends.
And how, what your friends would think about that?
Yeah.
And what your parents would think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And what was one of the questions they asked about your parents?
One of them was like,
Fuzz.
exactly. One of them was actually, well, there's like little sections, like imagine little boxes, like at random, like put into sections.
Okay.
So there was those little things, and there was this like 2 sections. Then one was if friends would think and what parents would think, and or are thinking, whichever it is if you do drugs. And one of the parents ones, it was like, what would, if the section was called, what would your parents think if you did cigarettes?
Okay.
That was like the first one, tobacco. Yeah, that was the first one I can remember. There was also marijuana, unprescripted drugs, something I think is called SES something something.
Okay.
It was like a two extra words after the ES or something like that, some sort of weird drug or something.
Okay.
Yeah, that was what I can remember.
And now let me ask you this. How did it make you feel? What did it make you think to have your school asking you these questions?
It was kind of strange for me because it was in my social studies class, and we were just like, hey, we're going to do this, this, and this. And then she also said, I think she said yesterday, or no, yesterday was when it happened. The day before yesterday, which, wait, no.
Doesn't matter when.
Yeah, someday. She told us about it, and
So then she just sprang it on you?
yeah, she was just like, hey, this is what's going to be happening last week or something.
Okay.
So it finally comes to that day, and it's like, we did it yesterday. And so it just, she said, hey, we're going to be doing this now, like now.
And did she act like it was normal?
Ish.
She seemed maybe a little weird or off about it. Yeah. You know, the school is there to teach you about our history, teach you our language. You know, they're supposed to help you excel in math, things like this. Do you think they're supposed to be asking you personal, private questions about your life or your family's life?
Probably not, because that's the family's thing to do. Like, I don't know, if you have like some sort of religion or something like that, they could actually ask you that, and you'd have to answer it.
Okay.
Like, let's say a teacher asks me, hey, what religion do you have? And it's for like a test or something, which could happen. You would actually, if it was on a test or something, you would have to answer it, or else you'll get after school or lunch detention or some of the sort.
For not answering what religion you are.
Yeah, and it also depends on the teacher also. But most likely, if it's some sort of question like a religion or something like that for like a test or a project or something, that's what you'd have to do.
Okay.
Or else you'd get after school or something like that.
Okay. Now, something else happened, and this was last week. Your principal made an announcement over the PA about cell phone calls. Tell us what you remember about what he said.
Well, I remember, and it probably wasn't the exact words, but it was similar to, it was just in the morning, you know, everyone's tired, you gotta do whatever the heck you
just
gotta do.
tell us what he said. We're real interested to hear that.
It was something along the lines as, we have been finding out that people have been calling their parents saying that they were sick from the bathroom, and they're saying that if you do that, you will get after school 2 hour or 45-minute after school if you do that.
And what did you tell me they said about the cell phones?
That they said on the announcements that they can also detect or censor or some of the sort after you do it or when you do it, if you call or text or something like that.
So they would know.
If you go into the internet, basically. Or if you even turn on the phone.
Okay. And let me ask you, yeah, I know. Let me ask you.
I
yeah.
know. Huffing. She's gonna
Let me
turn
ask
into
you.
a big bad wolf.
What do you think about that? Well, how do you feel about that? What do you think about that?
Honestly, when that happened, because I was also kind of tired, I was bewildered. Like, what? I can do that?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of kids that bring electronics there. Like, I can name 5 people off the top of my head who bring phones.
Okay, well, don't.
I'm not going to.
Yeah.
That's why I'm just saying I could.
So they don't want kids going to the restroom to call their parents to tell their parents that they're sick.
Yeah.
And did they say why?
No, they just said that they would rather prefer that you go to the office and do it.
And that you can get in trouble if you do. Okay.
If you do get on a cell phone.
Yeah, you said an after school detention, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, what do you think about that?
I don't agree with it. It's just kind of one of those rules, like if your parents or a school or a teacher makes that weird rule that you don't get like no water bottles or something like that. It's just like, why?
Well, and this could be even worse, right? I mean, this is so that you can get a hold of us, and whatever you have to say to us is a private conversation between us as family members, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, this has nothing to do with them. If you choose to call us and tell us whatever, it has nothing to do with them unless we decide to bring them into it.
Yeah.
It doesn't sit well with us. We don't like it.
I don't like it either.
Well, and another thing to consider is if they do have some sort of software or monitoring device that will monitor when a cell phone is used or a text has gone out, that's what our money is going towards, and they couldn't get the barricades for when there is a shooter in the school. Her school denied. They refused to get the barriers for when there's a shooter in the school. They refuse to get that, but yet they have some sort of monitoring system for when kids get on cell phones or send text messages or get online. Really?
And also, it was either yesterday or last week. We had first a fire drill. I'm pretty sure it was actually yesterday. We had a fire drill, and then we had a tornado drill in the same lineup. Like, first it was the fire drill, and then immediately after it was the tornado.
Did they do any drills for if there is an
No lockdowns.
shooter?
There hasn't been any lockdowns at all.
Interesting.
No.
They only talked about it. They only said, "Hey, this is where we're going," and that's it.
You guys have periods. Like, you have to go between different classrooms. They didn't tell you what to do in the situation that happens.
And the only period that talked about it is my social studies that had that test, which is my 4th period.
Last thing before I kick you out of here and have you get ready for bed is you have a scar on your knee.
Oh, no.
And that is because you fell down at school and the teacher did not take care of you. She did not do the right things. She yelled at you for crying in the hallway because you had a rock in your knee.
Well, no, it was I would scare the little kids.
Yeah, she yelled at you and said you would scare the kids. Do you still have that scar?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that happened
it's
in what grade?
Small, but it still happened. 3rd.
3rd grade.
Early 3rd grade.
Yep, it was the beginning of the year. Not only did all of the safety measures that were supposed to be in place fail you at that time to where you still have a scar in your knee, but you ended up coming home with a still dirty knee that we finally had to clean, and this had happened well before that.
It was after lunch during recess, so I would say it had a good 2 hours. 3.
Yeah. Then this year you were given a Common Core standardized test, and the teacher scratched out. Well, you say it. Go ahead.
So she handed me in the class papers, and it was a park test.
Like a practice test.
Yeah, it was practice, like a practice packet. And they literally sat on my desk. I said, "Hey, this is park testing." And they said, "Okay," took a Sharpie or pencil or whatever and crossed it out.
No, we had opted her out of taking the park testing. We had sent an email to all of the teachers, including the administrative officers within the school district. And this was after they received that email that they crossed out the park testing. Like, oh, well, here you go.
And then told you it was okay to do. So right there, you saw that they lied to you And has it made it harder for you to trust them?
Yeah. And I would also like to say, I was close to the teacher desk, like I was that row close to the teacher's desk that you can tell is for when you need help and they're there.
Yeah.
And they think you need help when I don't.
Right.
They're over there like, hey, you need help? No.
All right.
So I was there and I literally took the paper to the side. I was like, no, and laid my head down for the next half an hour.
Jeez.
Something like that.
So they didn't have anything planned for you. Didn't have anything for you. All right. Excellent. Tax dollars at work. All right. Anything else you want to say to everybody?
Good night. I don't know.
All right. Go brush your teeth.
Never.
All right, I'm gonna go get her in bed too.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you, baby. Thank you for doing that. All right. So
Okay, through it one more time.
yeah, let
sorry.
me. Well, are you heading out?
Yes.
Yeah.
I will
Okay. Will you shut the door?
Yes, I will.
All right. So, as a parent, this makes me think a couple of things. She doesn't have homework anymore either. And they don't teach her writing anymore because they say everything can be done on the keyboard. So they don't teach print or cursive. I think I might be done with them. I think I might be done. As Christine said, they won't put the barricades in her school. Those barricades are specifically for shooters. And now they're saying things like, we don't want you to contact your parents. We don't want you to call your parents without us knowing. Don't go to the bathroom to contact your family and tell them that you're sick. I mean, look, if the kids feel like they have to do that in the first place, something is wrong. The fact that they would ask personal questions to my daughter. I believe, and I forgot. This is what I wanted her to talk about. The one question: how would your parents feel if you did marijuana? She said, "What was your answer?" It was like,
It was.
they'd be like, "Meh, whatever."
Yeah, it was just like.
Yeah, and that kind of honesty can obviously get us in trouble. But I wouldn't want her to lie, and I told her that, baby, I'm smoking. I don't want you in here. What's up?
I just wanted to say, I'm pretty sure on Monday or Tuesday, when I wasn't there, they had an opting out paper, but I wasn't there to do it, and it was 2 days before it happened.
Opting out for what?
For that little paper.
For that drug paper?
I'm pretty sure they mentioned it sometime.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
So they can scramble the cell phone call from the bathroom, from the kid's bathroom, but they couldn't send us an email or anything to give us a chance for her to opt out of that paper. It makes it seem like they don't want us. They want to hide something from us. You know, it's exactly what it seems like. She is a bright young girl and doesn't deserve to be lied to. And what business does the school have asking her about her drug use and things like that? That's not the place. That's not appropriate. That's not okay. And I am an advocate for the decriminalization of marijuana. Make no mistake. And I'm proud that my little girl, and I told her, I said, I wouldn't want you to lie. You know, there's no sense in you lying, and I'm not going to ask you to do that. But we have to understand that telling the truth can get us in trouble in this day and age. We live in a weird, messed up time. And other parents, I'll be anxious to hear your feedback. What do you think? What do you feel? What do you believe? They have no business. And this is where we come from as a family. We don't trust banks, government, or schools. Never have, never will. And she doesn't deserve to be treated like that. She doesn't deserve to be lied to where they're scratching things off. Now, and you heard her say it's made it harder for her to trust them. All of this is an intrusion. All of this is inappropriate. And so this is one entire school. I can't imagine we're the only ones. So if you think this will help people, share it, get it out there, let people know. And appreciate you watching. I'll be back tomorrow night. I've got weeks and weeks worth of material to talk about Walmart turning into FEMA camps. The secretary for Department of Homeland Security, Napolitano, I believe is her name, or Janet, something. I can't remember, but she was thanking Walmart for becoming a partner in the war against terror. And not real sure about that happening at the time when Jade Helm is going on, but it's obvious that our schools are garbage, and I'm going to have an earful for them tomorrow for sure. I'll let you know how that goes. Anyway, we've got a live broadcast tomorrow. I'll probably do that 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard. That's 6:00 Pacific. Man, I appreciate it. Yeah, this was a test show. We were trying to make sure that all of the software could go and trying to get all the links up and running. And so thank you for joining. And like I said, if you think this can help other parents, if you know, to let them know what's going on or just help spread awareness, then please share away. Let people know what's going on. All right, guys, I'm out of here. After I get my glasses on. I'm out of here, and go love something. Have a good night. Thank you, everybody.